General Golan, we here at Park Avenue Synagogue share your vision for a strong, secure, Jewish, and democratic Israel living at peace with her neighbors. It's a privilege to welcome you to share words with our community this evening.
I would like to thank you for this spiritual and emotional experience. I do understand that I'm standing in front of great congregation. And thank you, Rabbi Cosgrove, and all rabbis, and all cantors, Cantor Schwartz, and all your fellows, for a magnificent evening. Thank you very much. As I mentioned, I'm grateful to be here, and happy Hanukkah to everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. Tonight is a special night, the second night of Hanukkah, our people's celebration of the victory of light over darkness, of hope over despair, of good over evil. And we certainly all agree that these are dark times that must be conquered with light, our collective light. And we have so much light in our hearts. As it was mentioned, I am a retired general from the IDF. I was a member of the Knesset and a deputy minister. I have spent my whole life in service, and I'm very proud about it. I'm a father of 5 boys who have all served or currently serving in the IDF. I'm here with my lifelong partner, my wife Ruth, whom I have to say, without her, I am ruthless. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by saying that I'm optimistic about the future of our people. I'm optimistic because I have seen amazing acts of bravery, compassion, and brotherhood during moments of horrific devastation. I'm optimistic because while we all experienced enormous trauma on October 7th, we have come together as a people like never before. When the rockets started raining down that Saturday morning, I understood pretty quickly that this was something different, completely different. So I put on my old uniforms, found my old boots, got in my car, and drove down south as fast as I could. All I wanted to do was what I was trained to do and have done all my life: fight for the sake of our people. Ruthie, my wife, a real Eshet Chayil, sent me pins of Google Maps showing me where kids from the Nova Festival were hiding in the bushes, crouching and scared, trying to escape the hell of Hamas. I drove to them, picked them up, and brought them back to safety. I managed to make this round trip 3 times before darkness. Let me tell you, what I saw along those roads was the worst I had ever seen. And I've seen a lot, really a lot. So this is an optimistic speech, you may ask. Yes, it is. It's truly is. Because I believe in Israel and the Jewish people. And there are a lot of beautiful things happening against the backdrop of the horror that prove that I'm right. I have seen incredible acts of kindness, that give me hope for the future. This past year, and particularly the last 2 months, I saw the awakening of robust Israeli civil society, people coming together in ways we could never have imagined a year ago. The protest movement instantly reincarnated into an effective large-scale logistic operation, supporting the country and the army at this time of need. This makes me proud and hopeful. Seeing Israeli farmers still farm close to Gaza, supported by thousands of volunteers from every part of the country, this makes me proud and hopeful. Seeing Israeli Arabs and Jews working together to supply the 300,000 displaced Israelis with basics, this makes me proud and hopeful. And seeing our global Jewish nation come together, giving time and resources, your connections and prayers, your love and caring to help those of us in the homeland who are fighting the fight. This makes me proud and hopeful. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt a strong and healthy Israel is an essential component on our survival as a people. And Israel's strength must come from moral superiority, as Golda said in her famous interview. By the way, she replicated Ben-Gurion, but this is another story. For us to continue to survive and thrive as a free Jewish democratic nation and as a free and safe people, we must rid ourselves of any elements that endanger our moral superiority. We must acknowledge that we have allowed ourselves to be led into division and hatred by those who use power for power's sakes. This division and this action threaten the very existence of our Jewish state. Anyone who puts themselves and their own welfare above our amazing state must not lead. Anyone who seeks to destroy the democratic foundations of Israel's civil society cannot lead. The seventh is the culmination of so much unnecessary bitterness and internal strife. It shows our enemies that we are crumbling from within. Honestly, I sometimes think it's God's way to telling us, you have lost your way. I do believe that there is a way to get back to the right path as a people, so that, to quote Abraham Lincoln, these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from earth. How? These foundational things must happen. First, the hostages must all be released. Second, this government must be replaced. Third, we must win the war and destroy Hamas. Fourth, we must prevent any future buildup of Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza. And fifth, the Gaza envelope area must be rebuilt to be the most prosperous area in Israel. It's a major national goal for the next decade, maybe for the next generation. And I plan to take all these on. Israel has entered an historic time of critical decisions, demanding clear vision and courageous moral and honest leadership. Leadership that fits an era of need for decisive action and a vision. A vision that focused on security, equality, separation of religion and state, a path forward to solve the Palestinian challenge, and a focus on unity for the Jewish people. While security is above everything, we also need to focus on our ability to live with each other again. We have to work hard to re-establish solidarity in Israeli society, giving respect to every part of Israeli society, including the ultra-Orthodox and the Israeli Arab community. For that, we will need leadership we can trust. Leadership whose words are truth. Leadership that is courageous, decisive, and visionary. I want to take us there. And here I want to say loud and clear that I believe that a message of true pan-Jewish partnership has been missing from Israel for many years, and for many reasons, none of them is good. I want to rebuild trust, foster goodwill, and encourage closeness between the various parts of our people to strengthen our eternal bonds. This must be built on total respect for all Jews, no matter how they choose to worship, conservative, reform, progressive, ultra-Orthodox, and many more. All Jews must view each other equally, without greater or lesser rights to our faith, and especially in Israel. So I'm here to ask you to join me in this quest to reinvigorate Zionism, to give it new life at this critical moment to our shared destiny. So that we can keep the tikva alive to our people everywhere. Tonight, as we celebrate the heroic Maccabees leading our people from darkness to light, we must all see ourselves as Maccabees, fighting to keep the light shining. Let us stay strong and united. May God bless America. May God bless our people. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you very much.